Hi everybody, welcome to Keyboard Games Book B. Today we're going to look at page 7, The Parachute and the Diver. But before we do that, let's sing the hello song. Hello, hello, come sing with me, play with me and dance with me. We'll have lots of fun, you see, making music together. We're going to go ahead and sing German folk song. What I'd like for you to do is pat alternating hands to the macro beats on the sides of your legs. So we're going to go like this. Bum, ba, bum. Here we go. Bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum. Bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Thank you for singing a resting tone. La, mi, do, la, si, la. Go ahead and echo these patterns after me, please. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. La, do, mi. La, do, mi. Si, ti. Si, ti. Do, mi, la. Do, mi, la. La, mi, la. La, mi, la. Thank you. I'm going to chant Movie Night. And while I chant this, I'd like for you to help me by swinging your arms from side to side on the macro beats. So I'm going to get these macro beats going. Do-da-dee-do, move with me please. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Keep moving. Echo me please. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. 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 Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Thank you. We're going to do swinging. Bum, 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 ba-ba-ba-ba-bum, bum, bum. Would you please move your body very freely and gently while I sing swinging? Bum, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. Bum, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Bum, ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Bum, bum. While we do the pug, bum, 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 ba-ba-ba-ba-bum, bum, bum. Would you move in a light and jazzy way? Here we go. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum, 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 bum, bum. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum, 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 bum, bum. Bum, bum. Thank you. We're going to do some things to start getting us ready for our piece that we're going to play today. It's called The Parachute, the Diver. It's a two-part piece. So I'm going to sing a slow song, and I'd like for you to grab something that you can use at home as a scarf. So you could use, I have something like this, but you could use a napkin, you could use a handkerchief, you could use anything that's kind of about this size and will flow through the air. So go ahead and pause this and go find something that you can use as a scarf. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sing this song. What we're going to do is we're going to wave the scarf at the beginning of the song, and at the end of the song, we're going to let it fall down. So we're just marking the beginning and the end of the song. That one, you might have let your scarf fall a little bit earlier than I did because that song happened twice. So that's a tricky thing. So if you moved your scarf at a different time, that also we could call the end. If you do it twice, that's an interesting question. All right, so now I'm going to take a deep breath before I start to sing. And would you help me by waving the scarf in the air? Ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum, ba ba bum, ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum. Thank you. Notice how smoothly that traveled through the air while you were singing. All right, so now I'm going to chant a chant, and I'd like for you to pretend that you're swimming. All right, are you ready? Bum ba ba bum bum ba ba bum bum ba ba bum ba ba bum 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 ba bum bum ba ba bum bum ba ba bum 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 bum. Thank you. So now I'm going to go ahead and play this piece so you can hear what it sounds like, and then I'll have you help me by patting the piece in the air. So I'm going to play it first. Do da dee do, here I go. Do da dee do da dee do da dee do da dee da dee do da dee do. So that's the piece. Now we're going to do it 2 times when we come to it later. We're going to do it slowly for the parachute and more quickly for the diver. But I'd like for you to help me by patting the piece in the air, starting way up high and gradually moving down. So you're going to do this. Do da dee 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 do. And you can get all the way down to the floor while I go ahead and play this again. Do da dee, pat and chant with me. Do da dee do da dee do da dee do da dee. All right, so now can you please chant do-da-dee while you tap one hand in front of you? Do-da-dee, 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 do-da-dee. And when we have our do at the end, can you make a circle with your hand to show that our song still flows through, our music still flows through, even when we just have one note. So do at the end. Let's do that together. See if you can pat with one hand. Do da dee, pat and chant with me. Do da dee, do da dee, do da dee, do da dee, da dee, do da dee, do da dee, do. A couple of things that you can do at home to think about this creatively are, if you have something that you could use for a parachute, you could use a towel or something like that, a big bath towel. Get a couple of people at home. You could use it like a parachute, and notice how slowly it comes down once you get all of that air underneath it. You could also draw a picture of a diver and think about how quickly and lightly that diver is moving. All right, so preparation. We're going to do one more thing. What we're going to do is review waddling ducks. So this is from last week. So waddling ducks, remember the spot that you have on the keyboard. You're going to be right here, and you have your S1 and S2, your starting finger in both hands on the white keys, and then they're going to be up on the black keys. So I'll play it one time to help you review what it sounds like. Do, day, do, here I go. Do, day, 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 day, do, day, do, day, do. Now remember, we talked last time about how to think about one pattern. And so when we have 4 do days, do day, do day, do day, do day, that is one pattern. In this song, we have 3 patterns. We do that exact pattern 2 times, and then the 3rd time we do the pattern that's in our book. Do day, do day, do day, do. And instead of going to the black key, we just stay on that white key to finish. So go ahead and play it with me, and I'll help you keep track of the patterns by having my voice go up and down at the beginning of each pattern. Do, day, do, play with me. Pattern 1. Day, do, day, do, day, do, day 2. Do, day, do, day, do, day 3. Day, do, day, do, day, do. You do that one more time and I'll play the duet part with you. I'm going to go ahead and play the student part in one hand so you can hear both of them together. Do, day, do, play with me. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do. Pattern 2. Do, day, do, day, do, day 3. Day, do, day, do, day, do. Let's go ahead and move some more. We'll come back to the keyboard in a little bit. I'm going to do Prancing Colt, which is a chant. Would you please help me move to the micro beats by tapping your fingers together in front of your body? Once I get you started, I'm going to move to the macro beats while you move to the micro beats. So let's think about our beat here. Do, day, do move with me. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day. Now you keep going while I move to macro beats. Day, do, day, do, day, do, day. Here I go. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Keep going. Echo me. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Thank you. All right, let's do a festive dance before we come back and do a little bit of improv. So for festive dance, do, sol, mi, do, ti, do. Would you please stand very tall, and as I sing the song, would you get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller? Here we go. Ba, 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 we're going to come back to the keyboard and do a little bit of improvisation. So I'd like for you to think about leaves falling to the ground. I know in the time of year that it is right now when I'm recording this, there are a lot of leaves falling everywhere. So I want you to take your hand and pretend that your hand is a leaf that's falling to the ground. think about how it moves. Does it move in a straight line? As it goes down, does it move back and forth? Does the wind push it back up as it moves? So make your hand a leaf and think about what pathway you want your leaf to take as it moves down to the ground. And then I want you to try to think about what that pathway, that shape could look like on the piano. So maybe if my shape looks like this, I could go something like that. And I did it with my open fingers. I could do that with a soft fist. So experiment a little bit and see what your shape could look like. I could do a similar shape with something like so think about what your shape could look like, and I'm going to give you a suggested rhythm pattern. If this rhythm pattern doesn't fit with your shape, then just go ahead and pause the video and use whatever rhythm pattern is going to fit your shape. So if you don't have a rhythm pattern in mind, by the way, pause this to figure out your shape. Now, if you don't have a rhythm pattern in mind, go ahead and use this one, and we're going to do this softly, and you're going to play your shape while you chant the rhythm pattern. So my rhythm pattern is going to go like this. Do, day, do, here I go. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do. Chant. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do. So get your hands ready, and if this doesn't fit your rhythm, your shape, then just wait a minute and I'll have you play your shape in a minute. If it fits, go ahead and join. Do, day, do, play and chant. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do. Now go ahead and use a different rhythm pattern if you need to play your shape on the piano. I could also take that rhythm pattern for the shape that I showed you, and I could make it, I could use it more than once. I could do day, do, day, do, day, do. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do. Or I could wait to have that long do until the very end. I could do, here I go. Do, day, 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 do. So you can decide how you want it to be. Go ahead and pause this if you want to try some other things with your shape. If you come up with something that you really like and you want to remember it, go ahead and record yourself playing that and send it to me. I would love to hear what you've come up with. Now we're going to get up and move a little bit more before we come back and play the parachute, the diver. So this is Astro. Bum, 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 bum. Would you please pat an imaginary ball? Here we go. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba. Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, ba. Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. That ball was bouncing very quickly. It was a super bouncy ball. Bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, bum, bum. I'm going to sing this song, but I'm going to do something different to it. See if you notice what's different. Ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba ba. Ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba bum. What was I leaving out? Bum. A resting tone. Can you sing that after me? Bum. Bum. Thank you. Ba ba bum ba 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 bum bum bum. I'm going to go ahead and sing Scotty so we get this back in our heads, and then I'm going to chant just the macro beats of the song and I'll have you move, and then I'll chant just the micro beats of the song and have you move. So here's what the song sounds like. You can move however you would like. ba 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 ba. So now we're going to move to the macro beats. Are you ready? I'm going to chant just those. Here I go. Bum 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 bum. Those were strange macro beats. Those are unusual. They don't move in a normal, regular pattern. Okay, so then we're going to do the micro beats. Notice how these feel different. Here I go. So notice that our macro beats were not even, but our micro beats were even. They were all the same. All right, last one. I'd like for you to help me at the beginning of each phrase of this song, stomp a foot, and then we're going to do one long, continuous, flowing movement for each phrase or each idea of this song. All right, back to the keyboard. We're going to work on the parachute, the diver. Now, you may have noticed when I was playing this, I had to sit myself in the middle and I had to lean over one way and then lean way over the other way. You don't need to do this. I would recommend walking. So I would recommend standing at one side of the keyboard. Just keep your arm in a nice, comfortable position and walk along the piano as you play this. That's a long way to go because this is all with one hand. So go ahead and walk while you play this piece. So take a look at your book. Notice the keys that you're going to use. Oh my, it's so many. But they're all in the same pattern. So if you find these first three keys, you're going to find those same three keys in every place across the entire keyboard. So then what I'd like for you to do is look at those first three keys. Go ahead and just play them one at a time. Notice this is the hand you're going to use. And then use your eyes to find your next spot where you're going to play so that you can make that jump. If you're looking at that key with your eyes, you'll jump right to it. So let's do the next three keys. Now look at that next key, the first one of your set of two black keys, and then while you're looking at it, jump. Then you'll make your jump. Now look at the next one, and while you're looking, jump. Notice I should be walking along over here. My arm is already getting way over. I'm a little too tall for the walking. Maybe I'll just do it this way. It'll work. And then look over here and jump. Look at the next one and jump. And look at the last one and jump. And then at the end we get a do. But we're going to do that with the rhythm in a minute. All right, so for the parachute, notice that we have two different directions here. The parachute is loud and slow. The diver is soft and fast. So let's go ahead. You can watch me play if you want, and then you can join me the second time. You can watch me play and pause the video. However you want to do this is fine. If you're ready, you can just jump right on in and play with me. I'm always going to start myself off in the same speed that I'm going to play with a do-da-dee, ready, play. So if it's slow, I'm going to say that loudly and slowly. I'm going to go ahead and walk while we play it. Are you ready? You can listen or play. Do-da-dee, ready, play. Do-da-dee, 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 do. And you can't make that circle at the end very well. You can do it a little bit with your hand. Your wrist can move a little bit. You can also imagine that circle to think about that whole do at the end, that whole macro beat. Now go ahead if you want. I'm going to play that one more time just like that. You can join in if you didn't play, or you can get an opportunity to try it again. Do-da-dee, here I go. Do-da-dee, 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 do. Then for the diver, we're going to chant the same thing, but softly and quickly. Now, quickly within the guise of what is practical. Do-da-dee, ready, play. Do-da-dee, 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 do. So it doesn't have to be super fast, just faster. So go ahead and practice this week, and whenever you go to play the parachute, chant loudly and slowly. It doesn't have to be a yell, just with a little bit of breath energy. Do-da-dee, ready, play. I'm already ready to start. Same thing when you do the diver. Do-da-dee, ready, play. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee. So make it the same speed and volume that you want to play, and then it will be so easy to jump right in and play like that. All right, we've got one other improv thing that we're going to do today, and this is in your book. If you turn to page 8, we have space on page 8 for a story. So would you please, with a helper at home, write a story this week? There will be 6 lines. So that is 6 different things that will happen in your story, and just have one thing on each line. We're going to make some music next time for different things in your story. You could write your story about anything. It can be about anything you want. But if you don't know what to write about, you could call your story something like My Fun Fall Day, and talk about 6 different things that you really would like to do in the fall, or that you imagine on this one particular special day you have done. You slid down a slide, you made apple pie, you jumped in a pile of leaves. This is like your perfect fall day. Everything that you want to do in the fall, you could stick into this day. So go ahead and do that. Write down that story. You can also, if you want, draw a picture for each one of the things in your story. So if you go ahead and write your story today, you could take the next few days, and each day you could draw a picture for each different thing that's happening in your story. So that's another way you can be more creative with this. So go ahead and work on this week, and I will look forward to hearing what you have done for your story. Last thing, our last review is also from Keyboard Games Book A. So this is our first book. We're looking at page 4. This is London Bridge, and we're going to review the student part, which is very easy. I'm also going to encourage you to try to play the melody. Now you can use any fingers that you want to use for this. I've gone ahead and marked down the keys that you're going to need, as well as the starting key. So I'm going to bring this up to the camera, and then you pause and mark down these keys. So notice which one is your starting key. You could use anything you want. You could start, if you want, with your pointer finger in this hand. And use 3 fingers in this hand. You could use 1 finger. You can use any combination of fingers that you want to think about this melody. So the student part, go ahead and find those 2 keys. You just play those at the same time as each other, and those are on do days. So that student part goes like this. Do day, do, ready, play. Do day, do day, do day, do day. Day, do day, do day, do day. And while you do that, the melody happens. So go ahead and play the student part. I'll play the melody with you. Do day, ready, play. Do day, 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 do day. Do day, do day, do day, do day, do day, do day. Then for the melody, you can use any fingers that you want, and here's what it sounds like. Do day, do, here I go. Do day, do, do day, do, do day, do day, do, do day. So if you want, go ahead and try working on that melody. If you don't want to work on the melody, you can just play the student part. Either way is great. If you can play the student part and the melody, see if you and someone at home can go back and forth and play from one to the other. And now it's time to sing the goodbye song. Bye, bye, goodbye. Bye, bye, goodbye. What a shame we're ending today. Next time we will sing and play. Bye, bye, goodbye. Bye, bye, goodbye. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.